What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? We're back here, back at the whiteboard, trying to get it focused. I think it's maybe like this. If I hit that, hit it. No, I just ruined it. Maybe. Wait, we can't fuck this up. All right, if you can see it, you can see it. Otherwise, I'm reading it to you guys either way. But finally getting back to videos. I got a whole chart of them. You guys have been requesting them. I've been being lazy, but guess what? We're here now, right? Today, thought transmission. Probably told by the thumbnail, which I'm sure is great because, by the way, there we go. Pose for it, right? All right. Probably told by the thumbnail and the title, thought transmission. Let's break it down. Is it possible? Yes. As I say in every video. Is this possible? Yes. Why is it possible? Because I've done it. Well, why is that a big deal? Am I Mr. Magic Man? Well, yes, I'm a motherfucking Mystic Manifester, but so are you. If I can do it, you can do it, right? It's now no difference in us. I'm here to serve as an example that anything in life is possible, and this is what it is, another manifestation tool slash technique. Oh, wait, it's a technique. Wait, guys, wait, hold on. If you're new to the channel, what is a technique? Techniques are tools to help you believe. Oh, damn, that was crazy. It got all blurry. Techniques are tools to help you believe. They don't manifest. That's why some people, I know a couple people, they manifest really well off astrology. Why do you think so? But that's them. To me, that don't work. A pearl of great price. That's a whole nother video. I'm gonna get into that. But I just had this discussion the other day. It's a little off topic, but you know who you are, who you manifest with astrology. You're very good with it. It's been built into who you are, and you could work around those parameters. My problem with it is there's some negative assumptions that come with it. I don't serve anything that's negative or that dictates any power over me. That's the pearl of great price, and I'll make a whole video on it. But I buy into the pearl of great prices, which is what Neville talked about. There is nothing outside of me that has control over me. Not the stars, not the circumstances, not the people. Nothing can stop me from achieving what I want to achieve. Nothing can stop you as long as you buy that pearl of great price. So this is my little topic there, my little rant. But it can be used as a technique. You hear something positive from a tarot card or one of those things. It's like, yeah, of course, that's just a sign that everything I'm doing is working out in my favor, right? So you, where are the signs at? Anywhere you deem they are. What are the techniques? Whatever you deem it is. There's people who think if you don't do, the deed, that's pretty good, right? With the chain on. If you don't jerk it, you're gonna manifest faster. Can I vouch for the fact that if you don't jerk off, that you can manifest? Yeah. Oh, but wait, what's that other thing that they say is only for women? Because a lot of women have talked about it. The O method, where you one of them is don't fap, the other one is don't. The other one is flick extra, right? So flicking the bean to the idea of being with that specific person, it will get them. Well, I I jacked it to the specific person and still manifested her. So uh, no fap and fap work uh, for people who derive value from that. So anyway, I'm all over the place, but that's why thought transmission works. Thought transmission is just another technique to make you believe that what you want to achieve is possible. So we're gonna get into it. Let me see. I might have to touch this there. Don't auto track my handsome face. Auto track the board. All right. Thought transmission. Let's talk about it. What is thought transmission? It is the use of one's imagination to pass specific thoughts or feelings to another person. So we'll go into a little bit of detail, my personal experience with it and how I used it. So obviously, thoughts and feelings to a specific person doesn't always have to be romantic. I talked about the time when I was being denied a promotion, and I imagined it's almost like you use the eavesdropping technique with this too. Like I imagined my boss who was denying me the promotion talking to his wife and him feeling a little bit of guilt towards not giving me that promotion, and his wife telling him basically, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I only met her one time. So I had used that imaginal act, boom, 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 just saw it a few times, left it alone. Turns out that conversation happened in the background because again, we're going to use this to reaffirm whatever you believe is happening in the background is happening in the background. So that happened. When me and my girlfriend were broken up and I wanted to get back together, one of the things I was doing was her best friend who I met one time, and I only had been in my girlfriend's house one time at this point. I pictured they were at this table and that they were sitting there talking, having deep conversations, and my girlfriend being very upset, saying, "Oh, I messed up. I shouldn't have lost out on Nick. And then this other lady who only met me once and heard stories about me, telling her about how much she should have been with me. And I kept imagining this time when we went to the beach. Me and my girlfriend had a lot of good memories at this point. But I just kept imagining us at the beach when I ran into her friend and the whole thing about, if you guys have been here for the story, she was the one who reconnected us. There's been a couple that obviously 5, 6 times got us back together. But this time in particular, it was her friend who got us back together. And she goes, she keeps talking about the beach and how you guys enjoyed your time at the beach together. And out of all the memories, why is it I'm thinking that memory because it makes me feel good? And then she's also doing that. Why? Because my thoughts and feelings of that day are being transmitted to her. Why does this work? Because everyone is you pushed out. If we are all aspects of God, God created everything from the inanimate objects to the trees to the air to the us, everything. And whether you believe in God or not, that's whatever you call it, the universe, whatever you want to call it. But the fact that we're all interconnected in some way, that's where synchronicities come from, and were things that they seem like, oh wow, is that really a sign? Yeah, it's a sign because you made it a sign. So everything is connected, everyone is connected, and the more you believe that, it makes it easier to believe that they are feeling and remembering and enjoying the same thoughts as you. So it does not have to just be a romantic interest or a boss. This is where that Hapono Ono whatever prayer comes in. Maybe you wronged a friend or they wronged you, or a family member or something like that. And it's like, I love you, I'm sorry, I forgive you. So it's basically what I talk about. Forgive the situation, forgive yourself for creating it, forgive them for playing their part to play it out. That's just that prayer that kind of does it, and you do it right before bed or whatever time. Like, I don't know fully about that stuff, but I understand the premise because I've used it before, but I don't know the exact Ho'oponopono like shit. I'd have to look into it, but I know what I've done similar to it from what I understand about it. Anyway, that's why it works and stuff like that. I kind of just got ahead and did the whole thing, but let's all right, get over here, tap that. I feel like a teacher giving a lecture here. How is this done? This is done through repetitive, which I just explained all this shit already. It's done through repetitive thoughts, imaginal acts, affirmations, or feelings of what the desired outcome would be. So the more you're thinking about it, you're getting into the feeling. The more you're doing sats, the state akin to sleep, which is a meditation, and you're seeing it play out and feeling it play out. Like I saw my specific person, my girlfriend, at the table with her best friend talking about me. I went back in the memory and I experienced that time at the beach together, and I felt it and I trusted, and it was like, almost, wouldn't it be wonderful if she felt it too? But then the more I kept doing it, the more I felt like she was feeling it too, because I'm like, I feel this connection to her. And the more I sold myself on the idea, the more it became true. And how did I sell myself? It's repetitive thoughts. That's what manifestation is. That's what positive thinking is. We are naturally programmed by our egos to think negatively for survival purposes. There's no like benefit in dinosaur times or prehistoric times of a caveman thinking, I don't get eaten by saber tooths. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And then they just get fucking mauled to death. It doesn't benefit them back in those days. So the ego is formed to protect. The logical mind is formed to protect. This has happened. Oh, Ooga Ooga left the cave, and me, Ugg Ugg, don't want to leave the cave because when I saw Ooga Ooga leave the cave, he got fucking killed. And also, when Jeff over there left the cave, he got mauled too. So if it's happened twice, it's probably going to happen the third time. I'm not going out of the cave. So back then, it makes sense. Now, manifesting a specific person, it doesn't matter. Like it's not life or death. There's nothing life or death about it. And I talk about this over on Muscular Mystic. When you're thinking about those intrusive thoughts, don't give up your life for something, another person or a circumstance. There's no circumstance or person great enough to give it up or to even give away your thoughts. So don't give your thoughts away to people. Remember, you are the observer of this reality. You are the one mediating God to this life, or this particular life path. You are the one that life is happening for, not to. I'm going to keep repeating the same points because apparently you guys like it when I make the same videos. I'm going to keep telling you the same things to keep you motivated and on track, right? So, how do I know it works? Focus. Focus. How do we know it works? You don't. You don't. You're never going to know it works. It's this. This is an act of faith, truly relying on your beliefs. This is true faith, truly walking in faith. This is something you build faith with. It is a good exercise to build faith, to build trust, to build confidence in your ability to manifest, because it has no choice but to play out. And any little sign you could find that's telling you that it's happening in the background is building more strength, building more belief that it's happening. Trust me, I mean, look, even when there's no signs or anything that anything's working out in your favor, I received contact from a client I hadn't heard from in a long time. And last time I talked to him, he's like, I'm giving up on it. You know, I don't want this SP anymore, but I'm going to live my best life. And you know what? And at the end of it, we came to a conclusion. It's like, hey, she'll come back anyway. Guy finds a new girl, great girl. Everything's going great in his life. I find out the other day that she wound up coming back. He turned her down. He didn't want her no more. But that's the point. It's like positive thinking. The more you do it, and then it's like that detachment. The giving up is symbolizing detachment. It's walking in faith. You're forcing yourself to walk in faith. But anyway, I was about to tap the board. This isn't touchscreen. Refocus it. Refocus there, but not on my handsome face. Right there. All right. If we got it, we got it. I can't really tell. I'm not wearing glasses. But you don't know. You never will know. So it's up to you to know. If that makes sense. You're never going to know, so you have to know. The 3D will never validate you until you validate yourself. And then sometimes you'll get the outcome, but you'll never hear what was happening behind the scenes. I, a couple times, didn't hear what happened behind the scenes, and I'm like, I desired to know. And it was something I wasn't attached to. And it came quickly. It's like, I would like to know that it was happening in the background. Found out it was happening in the background. Sometimes not exactly the way I wanted it, but it's still, if it got me to my end, then the means didn't matter, right? Doesn't matter the little specifics. Oh, what if they didn't have this conversation exactly that way? Well, did I get what I wanted in the end? Okay, then why the fuck do you care? Shut the fuck up. Not being mean, but shut the fuck up. Don't worry about it. All right, go here. How do I build belief? Part 2. How do I maintain it? Because I know that's going to be the next question I get followed up with. How do I maintain the belief and build it? Well, for building the faith, kind of like what I said, through finding stories of inspiration. Oh, this is not what I said, but you build faith through finding stories of inspiration to draw faith on. I just gave you 2 stories. Look up other people's stories about thought transmission. Join the Discord. Hear people's success stories about thought transmission. Talk to people in the community. Like the Discord is our community. So down below, you can join it if you want. $7.50 a month, or buy a coaching session and get it in for free. Up to you. Don't need either one of them, but if you want, draw stories from there or look them up online. I'm sure they're online or on Reddit or wherever. You can find a story. But if not, I just gave you 2 for free. If I can do it, you can do it. Don't tell me you fucking can't. And if you can't, then why the fuck are you here? So you can do it. Part 2, through practicing the law, through practicing this, through, hey, you know, it's not a big deal to think. What was the one story the devil told about the guy who was talking to his editor, and he was like, I want him to say this was fabulous, and the guy would never say fabulous. I don't know any guy that would say fabulous, but the dude goes, oh, it was absolutely fabulous. And then he was like, oh, I want him to say it was absolutely whatever next. And like everything he wanted the guy to say, and he was playing a game because it didn't matter what the guy said. He was just testing to see if you fall asleep to the thought of this guy saying something in a certain manner, would he say it? Of course he did. I got a friend that says flabbergasted, and he said it one time, and we thought it was hilarious. Now I always assume that he does, and he told me the other day it's part of his regular vocabulary at this point, and it's hilarious, and I love when he says it, but it's funny as fuck. So it was just something, that's a little thing to play with it. So test it out. And then when you see signs or create signs of things, again, you're a creator. Create the signs. Hey, this means this. Okay, it might not to other people, but to you it does. So who the fuck cares? It matters to you. So practice. Practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Or whatever. I don't know. I forgot the line. Anyway, how do you maintain this? By building a strong self-concept and trusting yourself. And building trust in yourself. Either way, I can't even remember what I wrote myself. Building a strong self-concept. Like I said, the more you practice this, the more your self-concept goes up. The more you practice some affirmations and see those things play out. This is why I say, when I give you guys instructions and things to do, and you don't do them, then why do you come back and ask me the same question? I'm telling you what I did. If you're coming to me for coaching, if you're coming to me for advice, if you're asking me anything, and I tell you what I did, and then you go out forward and you don't do it, and then you ask me what to do, and I tell you the same thing, and then you don't do it again, and then you come back again, before I continue with the rest of that, give me the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. Again, we're repetitive on this stuff, but we're expecting the best result. And we're actually performing a technique to use as a tool to form a belief. There is a process to this. Yeah, I'm not going to break down the science to it or go into all that because I don't care about that. I like the mystical, right? The mystical, the biblical, the spiritual aspect of it. I prefer that. There is scientific studies. You want those? Go find them. Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Bruce Lipton. Go look at them. They'll give you science. I'm not going to give you science. So you're building the self-concept through those mini manifestations, those tools I give you. Say, hey, I want to see this type of car. That's not my specific person. Why do I want the car? Shut up. I'm telling you this. I thought of it too. Why does it matter? Because it gets you confidence. I wrote this on a piece of paper and it happened. Well, it would have happened anyway. Okay, say an affirmation then. Practice some things with affirmations. Well, they would have happened anyway. Now, if you keep looking at things that way, then there's nothing magical. But when you find the magical in life and you find the mystical in life and you realize that more of this is mystical and unexplainable than anything else and that it happens in the most normal, natural way because it has to make sense to us, the easier things get. So stop overcomplicating it. I have to figure out every little detail. If you get what you want, what do the details matter, dude? The details don't matter if you get what you want. I'm going to get fucking evicted because I'm screaming right by the hallway. It's making me scream. Here's part 2 of how to maintain it. By assuring your why can bear any how. What do you want? Tell me your desire. Tell me why you want that desire. When you know why you want that desire, there's your end. Now, is that end, that why, so important to you that no matter what how, aka circumstance, statement, vision, the hearing, whatever you see on the outside or hear on the outside, whatever comes up, are you willing to ignore it, to remove attention from it so you remove energy from it and focus on what you do want? Because if this is strong and way stronger than that, your why will bear anyhow. Those are 2 ways you maintain it. So I hope all this makes sense. I took a couple minutes to write it on the board and I thought it through. All right. So we're trying to keep things. I might do another whiteboard video, and I got 2 other ones maybe. I don't know. I'm seeing what I'm doing tonight. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling motivational. So keep your heads up. Thought transmission works. It's a technique. Do you have to use it? No. Do you have to use stats? No. Do you have to use anything? Can you just assume that you got it? Think about the people who are fucking arrogant assholes who believe everything works out in their favor and they get whatever they want out of life. How often does life ever fuck them? 0. They don't get fucked over because they don't believe it, because their self-concept is high. And there is no good or bad. There is only how you see things. And if they see themselves as good, but the rest of the world, and we see them as an asshole, but they think they're good, they're going to only get good. So there's someone who works off natural assumptions. A lot of times I've built up this faith and belief in myself that whatever I believe to be true is going to be true. I don't have to work at a lot of things with techniques. I'll visualize because it feels good. I'll write some stuff down because I'm bored and it feels good. It's just something you do for fun at that point. But you don't have to use this technique. If you don't want it, don't use it. But it's there. And you spent 19 minutes watching about it. And you have 20 by the time I tell you I love you and goodbye. So anyway, take it, leave it, whatever. But that's thought transmission. You can't fuck this up. It's all working out in your favor and you got this. Love you guys. See you in the next one.